McDonald's in Texas. There's no cashiers. There's nobody. You go in, punch in, order what you want, and they come in. It's coming, and I want it to come. I want a lot of people to lose jobs because you want to know why? We've been eating high off the hog for too long. The customer service is bad. Nobody ain't want to go to school to upgrade their education. Especially here in Miami, a lot of people here was taking this shit for granted. They think fast food jobs is a full-time career. No, no, no. You got to elevate and educate yourself. So this is just only going to be apparent. Mass layoffs. Mass layoffs. You're going to see a lot of people on that track selling that thing. You know what I'm saying? I always make a joke and say I can't wait till the robots come so we can so you could people can learn that we was living in heaven, but not no more.
But this is the thing. When the only problem with the AI, remember, mind you, we are not the one that's going to be in control of it. It's going to be someone else. So that at the end of the day, they can change the narrative. So they can say, okay, because now you're not no longer dealing with a human, you're dealing with an AI. So if you, let's say, for example, you try to go for some form, let's say for a type of unemployment of another person that's handling the control, to turn out the system no. So how the person is supposed to be able to survive?
I was gonna say, Haki, you said the same thing about electric cars. There was something on a World Star, I think it was I saw yesterday about there was a car that was that was riding itself, and I think it was like an Uber. I think it was in San Francisco or something like that. And it was I think it had two people in it, and then you could see a cop was trying to stop the car, but the car it didn't necessarily stop, but because once the car sees there like any people on the road, they'll stop and until the person moves, but the cop didn't move, so like the car was like moving a little bit, then it stopped, and moved back a little bit, then it stopped and moved forward. So well, what you saying, Ryan? Like, I mean, you also same thing with cars. It's like, what do you do if you take an Uber in a car that somebody driving, and a car, a police stops it, and how you gonna stop it if
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
if somebody in
That's
the
what I'm saying.
car? So that's another question I got too about that. So I know they might work something out, but I mean, I like your question. That's why I'm gonna ask that question too.
Cause think about it. Today we dealing with a lot when it comes to the simple fact of racism. There's some people that don't like you, so the people that's going to be able to control those things, let's say they don't like a certain group of people, then you stuck either way. Because you can be like, oh well, I'll just go ahead. I got my stick. I got my gun. Nobody ain't gonna touch me. Nobody ain't gonna do no harm to me. Mind you, now you're not dealing with a human being. You're dealing with a machine who's able to to be able to receive gun bullets and do no harm to them. That's why I say you gotta really think about it when it comes to the situation with the AI. And I get the whole futuristic, and I get the idea like it's cool, like a robo dog, a robo man, and a robo cop. All those are cool, but at the end of the day, it can become very, very dangerous. Go ahead, again.
You're definitely right, but here's the thing. What have we done to combat that? We've been sleeping high off the hog. We as a people, we don't come together as a community. Let me tell you, the most two advanced people in technologies are Indians and Chinese and the Japanese. They live and breathe. You can go get you a top tier web developer in India. They breathe and sleep that, and an electrical engineer in China. America is a consumer place. They come here to dump the trash and we eat it. And then we after we're done with our trash, we're sent it off to third world countries so they can wear it. You know what I mean? Sugar Bumps, I could use a robo made cooker driver. Yeah. Now, mind you, a lot of these technologies you're talking about are only going to be available for the rich. People who live middle class and below are not going to be able to afford certain things. Like when the Jetsons and stuff like that. There's a bunch of movies that shows the rich live high in the sky and the poor down here barely can eat. Crime is rampant. Crime is rampant now. Just imagine you lay off another 30, 40,000 people. you know, because of cars and stuff like that. You know?
Exactly. And let's say for example, right now, we got Uber, DoorDash, Instacart, all these self-sufficient companies that allow people to have their own form of, bringing up their own personal contractor. But then now, when those situations taken away, you're gonna have a city where everybody's now is pretty much being fat, meaning that everybody's becoming lazy. Everybody say, I no longer want to work. So you as the government, I just want you to take care of me. And that's the whole aspect of the universal income where Elon Musk was talking about. All this stuff at the end of the day was planned from my point of view. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, Sugar Bun, you're right. You know, DoorDash gonna have drones soon. Oh yeah, you definitely see from DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats. You know, that's gonna be the next big thing too. And I was gonna ask copy of what Hakeem was saying about the movies, about how it's saying was about.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something about. There's another movie that I see we could go through. Because of the metaverse might come out pretty soon. Once the metaverse is gonna come out, we're gonna see a lot of people. It's like, I mean, we're seeing it now. We're gonna see a lot more people staying in their homes more and going into the metaverse. And we kind of saw that doing a test when the pandemic came and how people can, everything was shut down with people staying in their homes. Now that people got a little taste of it. Once the metaverse come out, I think that's going to take it to the next level. And I think definitely you're going to see AI going to be pushed more out here, and I think that you're going to see AI be pushed more into the metaverse as well. So it's going to be, to me, it's going to be a lot of changes. I think it's going to be a lot of changes coming real quick.
One thing I'm going to say is this: we need to learn how to be resilient like our forefathers. We need to learn how to fish, hunt, grow food. And this is going to be important as the times come because certain industries have already been decimated. Uber and Lyft, Turo is tampering with the rental car agency. Uber and Lyft had decimated the taxi cab company. There's no more. Independent taxi guys can't even compete. They changed the landscape on this. So you're talking about, you're talking about next 10, 15 years. And I'm talking about really, we might see certain things change in 5 years. And we're seeing it now. You can barely even afford to go into the house. We have California prices in Florida. We have California prices in Florida. I've never seen this in my life due to inflation and things is going. There's not many jobs here, but a house is $400,000 here, $500,000. That was Cali 3 years ago. Cali's in the millions now. So you know what I mean? So where are we going to be? You know what I mean? And you can't survive without a job. So that's why a lot of people migrate to the major cities.
And the thing is like, people that are rich, South Florida is a hot commodity for people that lives in New York, here in California, because one of the things is there's no state taxes there. So let's say for me, I bought a house for I have a house here for $2 or $3 million, and I sell it, and I move to Florida. Even though my house might be a little bit cheaper going to Florida, everything, I can still move to Florida, and then I forget, but there are some Florida laws that are really really good compared to California laws about living, like buying a house, living situations, and living situations where I can move and say and have a better life in Florida than I'm here in California, because here in California, there's a lot of moves here that people don't like, and they definitely moving out to California, to other states.
Hey, look at it from the point a lot of people are living in their cars now. The whole van life situation.
The van life. Because the van life. Because people starting to realize that society itself is no longer becoming the society where it used to be. Things are becoming very, very hard. And not only that, but John, you gotta understand something. A lot of people that have been moving down here from California are now starting to move back to California because there's certain life conditions in Florida. They just don't like it. Because like Hakeem said, there's not a lot of jobs here in South Florida. So a lot of people say, you know what? it's good. Remember, a lot of people say South Florida is good when it comes to retirement,
Yeah.
not when it comes to employment. People always say that. They were like, for many, many years. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, did I say something or did I make a noise?
No, I'm saying go ahead. Your turn.
Oh yeah. No, but you're definitely right though. But everything goes inside, like AI, the bug has changed a lot to where we have to start to look at things differently. Me, I'm always looking for something new to do, new technology to come. I'm trying to learn better because who knows what job is going to be replaced soon. Soon they're going to have cashless supermarkets, which they have in Seattle. Is going to start spreading with
Amazon. Yes,
Amazon.
Yep.
He already know you're going to need an Amazon account to come. Ain't going to be no cashiers. You grab, the AI is going to follow you. They say, okay, he put this in his bag, he put this in his bag, and you just walk out. We getting to that point. And I'm telling black people, I feel for black people and the Hispanics and foreigners who come here with no English. I'm not worrying about the Indians because the Indians always paid in full. They don't play about that. But as far as the people here, you're not going to be able to survive. You're not going to be able to survive. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be homeless, or eventually your daughter might be put out on the streets to go put in some work.
You know but Hakeem, why you gotta say it like that? It's like why you gotta say it like that? You're gonna be homeless.
No, because it's true, man. Listen, this shit is this shit is real. This shit is listen. Living by my house, I live somewhat in like a where there's a lot of shops and stuff. I see people in cars sleeping in their cars by their house, by the buildings, by these buildings. There's people sleeping in their cars. There was a lady the other day I seen who was sleeping in her car at a racetrack. And I told her, little mama, you can't do that over here. It's vultures over here. It's vultures for real, sharks. And she didn't understand what I meant by that. I say, here's a buck for luck. And get you a cup of coffee and get yourself up out of here. But I advise you not to sleep over here, please, for your safety concern.
Yeah, I can be right about that. I can say a lot here.
Wow.
Like, here in Los Angeles, it's called Tent City. If y'all, like I said, if y'all ever come to California, y'all will see, if y'all go down a highway, y'all go by the overpass or something, y'all gonna see some tents everywhere. It don't matter here, you in Inglewood, downtown, Hollywood, Venice Beach, and LA is a big city. So a lot of homeless, a lot of tents. Like Hakeem was saying, a lot of people sleep in their cars. Either they sleep in, have their cars parked at a grocery store or parking lot, right by the street, whatever. Like I said, I'm definitely seeing it here in California. It's like I said, and like I said, it's definitely going. I believe, like I said, when AI come out, wrap it up, we're gonna see a lot more in other cities as well.
Definitely.
Natasha, I love Natasha. Yeah, go ahead, Hakeem.
Natasha said there's a touchless Amazon store in Manhattan. It's an interesting concept. There was one girl inside stocking the shelves, answering questions for confused people like me. So you've been to one of those stores. You know what I mean, Natasha? Yeah. California got the most homeless people in the country.
Yeah, California do. California is the worst when it comes to homelessness. Now the concept of the Amazon store, like I said, Kim said, and I actually seen a report on that, on a situation with that. But here's the thing: most of the time, a lot of people don't have an Amazon account. So what happens if a person don't have an Amazon account, or don't have a Whole Foods account, or doesn't have a Walmart's account? Are they able to survive? That's the thing. It's gonna be the crime rate is gonna skyrocket it because of the simple fact a lot of people gonna be out here trying to eat when they know they cannot eat, which is the bad thing. I would say AI could be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing if it's in the wrong hands.
Hey, you're right about that, Ronnie. Like for instance, making payments at Whole Foods or grocery stores at restaurants. I'm gonna start paying it with my phone now. I don't have to use my credit card or my debit card or money. I just like to use my phone to pay everything. I found that out before the pandemic. We started using that. So somebody, one of my coworkers told me, like, you know, you use your phone and everything. You know, I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I started using that. I don't have to take cash out unless it's necessary. And like I said, my credit cards or debit cards, I don't gotta use them because I got my phone. And like I said, and then if I'm gonna buy something online, you know, my cards are saved, so I can just hit one button, you know, all my information is up there, and that's it.
It's starting to look scary. I'm saying it's starting to look scary pretty much overall. See, the thing is, people don't understand. China's already been doing this. This is nothing new. China, if you go to China, everything in China deals with technology. They got technology all over the place. I think they are the most tech savvy society in China than anywhere and pretty much in the world. So they already have the robots. And I know that, but there's a video. If I would have known, I would have sent out a video. It was a video of actual robot. They test driving the robot, and the robot got literally burnt out because it was overworked, because they was overworking the robot. So that's the society we can live.
Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all. Do y'all thought, you know, artificial intelligence was gonna come this soon, or it's gonna be maybe another 10 or 15 years?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna come. I knew it was gonna come very soon because of the simple fact of the pandemic. Says how everything was running in the pandemic when the government was telling people where to go, what to do, what to eat, how to survive. So I knew we was already kind of heading that route. Go ahead, Hakeem. And Hakeem, background went off too.
Yeah, what? Yeah, it went off. Like I don't know what's up with that. No, but for the most part, I've been knew it was coming. I was praying for it too. I believe in change. Change is good, for good and worse. You know what I mean? And for us to learn. Because if we're not learning to elevate ourselves and improving ourselves, we're going to be lagging, staggering behind.
Yeah, for me, you know, I definitely gonna come real soon. I was just waiting for when people start to, you know, talking about it and start doing a trend. You know, it's like something like this. You know, I think, you know, for us, you know, for some people, you know, they probably would like, you know, the AI, you know, because we could definitely, you know, pushing advancements of what we do here in society, you know, what we do at work, you know, what we do. Oh, then with astronomy, like, you know, go out to space and everything, you know, sooner or later, next 20, 10, 15 years, you probably see our spaceship, you know, control itself, and you could, you know, probably go to, you know, up in space and the moon, or Mars, whatever. So for me, yeah, I definitely, you know, think it's coming, you know. I'm just waiting on I can't wait till we see the trends that we, you know, see robotic, you know, robots, like, you know, that look like us as humans and everything, you know. And that's right there is gonna be a kicker. I know that right there, once we start seeing that, that's really gonna shake up anything. But yeah, for me, yeah, I thought that's definitely gonna come. Can't wait to see more become up. Natasha said it will cost by 2030. She said my bet is there start be taking the parking cars and helping the subway system. Yeah, crime prevention inside moving train cars. Yep, definitely agree on that.
Yeah, not only that, but right now they have like tow trucks that's robot tow truck that's able to tow the cars away. That's already out right now.
Got a question for you. I got another question for y'all. Do y'all see yourself driving electric cars soon?
Yes.
I could definitely be. Yeah. And you see a lot of you know companies like GM, Ford, Honda, Ford. They really started to push, you know, stop with making gas cars and really pushing, you know, make electric cars. I know here in, you know, California by 2035, they're gonna stop selling gas cars and push it to electric cars. So for me, I'm seeing it now here in California, such as Los Angeles. I see, you know, nothing but Teslas, you know, luxury cars, like roaming around. Like I say, if you come down to California, especially here in LA, and then if you drive it, you probably spot like a minute to 5 minutes, you probably spot between 10 to 20 Tesla cars or any other electric car. So yeah, you know, definitely gonna see a lot more electric cars. I'm seeing it here, but you're gonna see a lot of electric cars in other cities.
Don't say certain things, certain situations want certain things to happen to transpire. Prime example, South Florida was dealing with a gas crisis. I don't know if you ever saw it or heard of it. And all across, I don't know, Joe, you probably heard of it over there in California that we had a gas shortage over here in South Florida. So when South Florida was dealing with a gas shortage, is a prime example. And a lot of people during that time said, you know what, I need electric cars. I think it's the best idea because look, I don't have to deal with gas. I just gotta go charge my station up and go.
Facts.
Yeah, and you save the money. You're not paying any gas either. So gas is getting expensive and everything. So to me, the better option is like, get your electric car. You don't got to get gas, and also you got to change your oil either.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of benefits of buying electric cars. Some people think it's not safe. Some people think like if the government could I see watch movies if the government control cars and all that type of stuff. But for me, it's like that's not necessary because if these big companies sell these cars, the government has nothing to do with go into the system and change everything. But yeah, for me, I can't wait to buy an electric car. Every time I see a pass by, I can't wait to get an electric car. So.
So I can't. So are you getting an electric car soon?
Yeah. Listen, I want to get me the F-150 Lightning. That's my dream truck.
I don't want no electric cars, man. Y'all ain't hear about that story of that? It was somebody. I think somebody was stuck in Tesla. It was in California. Somebody drove into a lake and they couldn't get out because the windows couldn't go down because it was the electric car. It had a way of sealing things up. So the person drowned. That was I don't know. I might check. Go ahead.
Another situation with Tesla. It was in the Midwest. I can't remember what city it was. And I think it was a blizzard came down, and a guy he couldn't get into his car because it was like a blizzard storm because all the car was like all ice cold and iced up and everything. So with Tesla they got different handles. You have to kind of push the handle to open it. And the guy, it was so frozen, he couldn't hit the handle. So he had to wait till it gets warmed up, everything melts down in order to open the door. So that's a problem right there. I was like, I don't know about that. I mean, I live in California. We probably experienced that. But in Midwest cities, when the cars, a blizzard come out and the handle gets frozen, or you in it, you can't get out or try to get in. That's that right there. That's kind of scary.
But Hakeem, what is your thought now since everything's going to turn to AI? And Jordan, do you think now people going to depend on the government even more?
100%. We're depending on them now, and we're hemorrhaging welfare, and we're hemorrhaging Medicaid and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of baby boomers who's retiring this year and the year after that. So a lot of these people got to find another way to get it.
Oh, I agree 100%. Once they put out the stimulus checks and also, added money to the unemployment at the certain people that was on unemployment, they was make us almost as probably the same or as much more money than I did. Basically. And also that child tax credit that Joe Biden did, which if you have, how many kids you get, you get like extra $300 or $400 that was added to it and everything. So, yeah. And a lot of people just loving it and everything. And with the unemployment, like I said, I knew some people that worked back in, I used to work at Whole Foods. They heard about the unemployment and they took like an LOA for like 4 to 5 months just to get on unemployment. Because here in California, when the pandemic happened, EDD, which is unemployment, they would just, everything was like coming to them that they really couldn't check anything. So, and people knew that. So people, like I say, they went on LOA for 4 or 5 months, apply for unemployment, knowing like they're not going to check or anything, which, California, they messed up on that. They was getting either the same amount of money was being paid that it was working at, or it was being paid a little bit more. So when people start seeing it, I was like, oh, okay, they was enjoying it, and then once the pandemic kind of got over, they had to go back to work. They didn't like that. A lot of people was like, hey, the government was paying me so much here, and I go to McDonald's or Burger King, and they pay me less than that. So why would I work somewhere? It's, if the government could pay me more than, working a whole McDonald's 10, I might as well quit. So, but yeah, I could definitely see that coming around for sure.
And my thoughts on that, I always believed and always grew around where we're not supposed to depend on the government, we're supposed to depend on ourselves. But at some point, what do you expect people to do? Because people are trying to do to be self-made, people are trying to do group economics, but it seems like everything now being taken away and being controlled by AI. A lot of people say, you know what? A lot of people come to the point like, you know what? I just give up. I just let the government take care of me. And like I can't say, which I didn't even do research on that, but welfare and Medicaid's through the roof now. So everybody's looking for the government to take care of them, and it's a sad day in America because America has always been a self-made type of country where a lot of people to be pretty much do stuff for self and not depend on us. Only when push comes to shove when it comes to law and also regulations. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy how society has truly evolved. Evolved.
And I'm gonna say this, this is my, I'm not a conspiracy, but this is my conspiracy. Y'all been hearing a lot that the Pentagon are seeing a lot of these UFOs, unidentified objects these last couple months and everything. Personally, for me, I think it's really like, I don't know, it could be in America or it's in China or Japan. To me, I think they're really testing out these artificial intelligence type of objects, which people think is UFOs. And I really think they put it out in the air, just testing it out and everything. That's my personal belief. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I think, all these UFOs, the Pentagon are seeing, to me, that's nothing but artificial intelligence, either in America or China. They just put it up in the air and they're just testing it out and see how it works and everything.
No, that's true. That's facts. Because I would say a lot of things right now was going on with a lot of things that's going on with their military. There's a lot of things they are working on that's not being sold to the public, and then pretty soon it will be out there in the public pretty soon. But they're just doing a lot of tests, especially when you see a lot of stuff that's going on with the sky. A lot of people say, "Oh, they've been seeing UFOs," but more likely it's just something to do with the military, or like you say, China or Russia or something. They're working in the sky. You never know. And now that, but also now we having different type of satellite as well. So I'm saying the technology is that has truly advanced, and I just want to see how the near future is going to be. And now that, I don't think y'all probably aware now. Like Akon right now is working to deal with with Africa, where they're going to be, I think, a solar panel. I forgot, like solar panel houses, to the point that everything is now operated through the sun. So that's actually going on in Africa that Akon trying to do over there with Africa and with the African government. But it's just show you that that's the type of stuff they're going on. So pretty soon we might not need no electricity. Everything's gonna be running through the sun. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Before you go, I can say this. Also, when I went to Coachella, not last week, but the week before, and going through the desert, they have wind turbines. You can see, like, if you go, like, when you go through the desert, it's like hundreds and hundreds of wind turbines, walking around and just produce energies and everything. But there's wind turbines in certain areas in California. Like when I went to Coachella, and then also a couple of years ago, when I went to Napa, and we went down to the highway in the middle of California, and there's certain areas that have wind turbines and everything. You're gonna, like I said, you're gonna see going to Ronnie's Point, you're gonna see a lot of people using solar panels. They are using it here in LA as well, in certain areas of South California. And also they use wind turbines to produce energy as well. So I think it'll happen in Texas, I believe, too, in certain areas. But we're gonna see probably a lot more.
Oh, let me ask a question real quick. You said, what about night? The thing with the solar panel, they suck up all the energy throughout the day, and that will power up this the electricity at night. I mean your whatever at night. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Yeah, and also Indiana has a lot of solar panels too. They're known for that as well. Indiana.
They save a lot of money. They save a lot of money every year through those solar panels. I'm thinking
definitely.
When I build my house, I'm thinking about getting something like that because you save a lot of money. Because remember, you get your power through the sun, and nobody can block out the sun. You just can't. It's impossible. But go ahead.
And the thing is, about you save so much energy that all the energy you get from the sun. There's some companies like Tesla, they sell solar panels, so you get so much energy from the sun that sometimes it might just not last for a day, but it can last for something. If you use it very, very well, you can last it to the week. If you get so much, sun between sun is out 10 to 12 hours a day, you get all that sun from the energy, and if you use it efficiently, you can use that for a whole week, maybe even two, if you really, really, cost efficient of how much energy you use.
Sugar Plum, we're not scared that the robots are going to replace men. Some going to have to perish. That's just how life is.
No, not that, Hakeem. Women got to be scared too, because now a lot of rich men are getting sex robots. So they ain't gonna need y'all. So y'all trying to be replaced. They can be like, now I can deal with women without getting headache, have sex, and have the same sexual experience with a robot, and don't have to deal with a woman that keep nagging me. I have to text and call. So y'all need to be more afraid than the men.
And the thing about that, Ronnie, they gonna talk feminine. They're not gonna get so bad because the robot is there to do its duties. So
exactly, they don't have to worry about paying bills, getting nails done. They got a robot that's ready for them on command.
You better talk about it.
So. No, you're right. Robot can't give birth, but soon. The way soon, like I said, soon. So if they do that, women are done. Women are done.
She right. Men do want a legacy, but hey, what I mean, when y'all want to out here playing games, the tech gonna solve it for us. We'll just buy.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. And then who created the tax? Who created the who pretty much created the technology? The men. So at the end of the day, the men gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna create something that's gonna benefit us at the long run. That's why I say it's no debate on that one. It's really no debate.
And the thing is, if you probably have sex with a robot, no STDs or no STIs. You might get
that's another fact.
You're not gonna get transmitted diseases.
You better say it. Natasha said, I bet there will be robots getting manicures. I promise you. It will. It will. Trust me. Man.
Well, they do need an oil change, so they do have to go get repairs. That's a good one. That's funny. Oh, man. But I was saying, this is the society we're living in today. I never thought in a million years it would be a sex robot. I don't know if y'all remember a cartoon called Futurama. I always thought that's just fake, that's just cartoon, it's just laugh and giggle. But we literally living in that time. Like a machine dog. Like literally a machine dog.
Yeah.
By AT&T. Good investment. Good investment if you want to invest. That's a good way to invest. But yeah, that's just crazy.
She said, let me go to a man's house and see a sex bot. They got them, dude.
They got them. It's very expensive.
Hey, you never know. You might see some women, you might do a threesome with the man and the robot. Hey, I'm just saying, especially these rich people, they might think about some stuff like that. They nasty and freaky like that.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it'll be the same. I don't know if it'll be the same. But there's some men that got them. There's some men that got sex robots around here.
If I see one, I'm taking pictures. I'm gonna expose him.
You ought to change.
Yeah, sugar. If you do that, send it to me. I'll give you my email. Send it to me so I can just see how it look. I've never seen how it look. I only seen the face, but I never seen like how it look. I know it's probably out there on the internet. But I've never seen nobody in the U.S. that actually has one. Or they have one, they probably ashamed to admit it. Like, hey, like, oh, hey, Jordan, oh, I got a sex robot. And do you have to say that to be a sex life? There's somebody that have a sex robot, is that still sex? Or that's just a toy? Because it's a toy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a toy.
No, I'm asking is I consider sex? Because remember, it's still a toy. It's not a human being.
Well, but you got some women they got their little machine that they use. That's a toy as well. So to me, it's the same.
Basically, metal on flash, plastic on flash.
She said, "How do you clean the robot?" Hey, I don't know. I didn't do research about that. I don't.
Hey, Sugar Bomb, you gotta look that for yourself.
I know. Just Google the Sugar Bomb and then do your research. I don't know. You asked the wrong person. I do not know. I want the real thing.
You gotta look that for yourself, or find somebody who ever had sex with a sex robot before. Us, ain't us. No way.
Probably after this video, somebody might see it and probably won't comment on it. If I'm like, hey, I got one. That's what it do. So you never know. There's a lot of freaky people out here. So
yeah. she said, "Do the robot throw that ass back?" I say,
it probably will. And they got it in all different ethnicities. So you have one in black, white, Hispanic, Asian. So you have them all. So a lot of men are getting freaky out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Sugar Bum got one, Hakeem. She probably got one. And then ashamed to admit it. Because I asked all these questions.
She is. Sugar Bum could be a robot herself. We don't know what she look like.
Natasha said, she said there are women buying, God. No, she said it's a whole niche here on YouTube. There are generally these people companions. Yes, there are women buying guide dogs too. We already here. Yeah.
Yes. And
yes.
Yeah, y'all remember? Yeah, it can happen. Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all remember a movie that came out 5 or 10 years ago. I think it won like an Oscar. It's a movie called Her, or when the guy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Computer.
Yeah. Yes. He fell in love with the computer. Yeah.
That was a weird movie though. He was like,
it was weird. That thing gave me creep. Like it was creepy. I was like, I'm in love with you. Like, what?
Yeah, some people are like that.
No. Well, guys, you already know we reached our hour mark. It was fun. We had a blast. Any final thoughts, guys, before we head up on out of here?
Hey, for me, final thoughts. People get ready. AI is coming. It might come out slowly, but y'all need to be aware because AI is definitely going to affect the world. It's definitely going to affect the culture. That's my final thoughts on it.
And I think more and more people now, I think you have to be more and more sufficient and prepare yourself for the future because you never know where the future may take you. At one point, we was little kids. We thought, oh, my parents going to be here forever. Majority of us, some of our parents already gone to the next life. Some of our parents still here, but you see, the more they get older, the more and more their generations pretty much are going to be no more because this is our generation. We have to protect it. We can't allow evil people to put stuff into this planet that's going to really do harm than good for us. That's my final take. Go ahead, Hakeem.
My final take is I can't wait till the robots come. I can't wait to mass layoffs because I need people to learn do for self. I'm going to buy land. I'm going to grow my own food and I'm going to be on that tractor raising hogs and stuff like that. So robots come, take our jobs. Hallelujah.
And that was so very important to like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Go on the KL Culture Radio community page. That way you get the KL Culture Radio t-shirt. And Prince Hakeem new book, Black Love. Support it. Shout out to Natasha. She's the first one that actually bought the book. And Jabari also had a copy of the book. And someone also on Amazon as well that bought the Kindle version. So shout out to you guys. And remember, let us know when you do purchase the book. We give you a shout out. And also to put you in the community tab and say you are one of the people that support the platform. Thank you, like always, for coming here each and every week, man. We really do appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody that supports us. We really do greatly appreciate it. Like always, we over and out.
Peace.